This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
All right. Shout out to everybody that's already tuned in. My bad. This one. I feel like the computer is froze, but I could be wrong. Let me see. There we go. I don't know why this one is acting like that. Let me see if this works. Alright, this ain't working today, so let's take this one off and just do it over here. Shout out to everybody that's bearing with me. Thank you. I don't know why it's acting weird. There we go. It's not. Okay. There we go. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get it started.
For the Couch Chronicles, where there ain't no fucking limits.
Every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 8 Central Time. You don't never want to miss a couch. And now we're live every Wednesday and Friday from 9:30 a.m. Central Time. That's every day of the week. Yeah, tune in. You don't want to miss this shit. It's the Couch Chronicles, where they know what? I know you said it.
It's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits.
I look like and feel like I'm $1,000,000. I'm feeling myself for real. I'm on my way. The way I walk looks like a dance. And baby, that's just how I feel. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling my myself. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. Feeling love. Feeling myself. It's the Couch Chronicles, early mornings on the couch, that is. Every Wednesday and Friday from 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Come catch a vibe with the couch. If you ain't gotta work, then you better keep your pajamas on. Get your tea, your coffee, whatever you drink, and whatever you smoke. Because Wednesdays and Fridays is the time to relax, chilling, vibing, you know. If you would like to be a live guest, if you in the Oklahoma City area, DM me now. Trust me when I say you don't want to miss this vibe. Are you feeling good? I'm feeling good. That's how you supposed to feel in the morning. 1, 2, 3, let's go! I look like and feel like I'm $1,000,000. I'm feeling myself for real. I'm on my way. The way I walk looks like a dance. And baby, that's just how I feel. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling myself. I am.
Okay. Y'all already know what time it is. It's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. It's early mornings on the couch. I know it seems like I don't have any energy. Ooh, baby. First of all, shout out to my couch potatoes that keep up with the couch. That's first and foremost. Because y'all always, you know, when you notice that I'm not on, or you see there's something happen, or you always inbox me to check on me, or, you know what I'm saying, or you'll make sure that I see, you know, that you care. And I appreciate that. Because y'all, you're welcome. Thank you. Y'all always are there for me. And like I said, I appreciate it. I know I look different. But to answer the question is, I had a really bad lupus flare yesterday. And before anybody be like, oh, you could have hit me up and da-da-da-da-da, it's nothing that y'all can do for me when I'm in my lupus flare. The only thing that I can try to do is sleep the pain away, you know, because once you in a flare, it's it's hard to get, you know, back to where you need to be. But yeah, shit, it's painful, you know. And then whenever you so swollen that you can't even move, you literally like Grand Rising, you literally like I can't even move to use my phone. Like I can't even text. Like sometimes when I'm in a lupus flare, it's even hard to use my eyesight. So Grand Rising. So if sometimes I don't come to the couch, it's not because I don't want to. It's because I literally physically can't. So my crippled ass is going to be laying right down in that bed, sleep until I can feel better. Because sometimes I literally can't even sit up. Hey, shout out to y'all for the positive vibes, the love, energy, you know, because, and shout out to my people with an autoimmune disease, with sickle cell, with anything that you dealing with, chronic pain, that just, it ain't your fucking fault. It ain't nothing you can do about it, you know. So before we go on, I do want to give a moment of silence. Today's episode is called 211 is Not Enough. And we're going to get into it. So, and shout out to the ones that's struggling and still fucking here. You know, when you feel like you at your breaking point, when you like, oh my gosh, you know what? This is it. I don't know if I'm going to make it till tomorrow. And people like, what you mean? I don't know if I even want to be alive. There's too much shit going on. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all. Let's give this moment of silence. I'm gonna just jump right into the episode. 211 is not enough. And I say that because I keep up with resources for my couch potatoes. You know what I'm saying? Hey, love. I don't know if y'all can still see me on TikTok. I hope you can. But I keep resources for my couch potatoes, and I'm not just keeping these for my couch potatoes. I'm keeping these for me just in case too. But I also like to, call and make sure that these resources are up to date, because I don't want to be the one to be like, when somebody needs some resources or needs some help a little in an area, and they afraid to ask one of their regular friends because they know that eventually they gonna throw it up in their face and it's gonna be all over social media. So, they look for different resources, and instead of calling you, they'll call 211. But keeping up with these resources, I've learned that, and I got printouts. Like, I'm not kidding. It's 90% of these, they don't even work. They don't help you. And some of them, they even screen. And what I mean by screen is they want to know what color you are. Why do you want to know what color I am to help me if I need help? I'm just saying. So when people come out their face and they say, hey, after you tell them they problem, or if they be like, hey, what's wrong? And you be like, I'm just going through it right now. I can't pay my bill, and I just need a little help. Like, and they be like, well, how much do you need? Like, first of all, why are you asking how much do I need if you're not gonna give it? Anyway, how much do you need? And you like, I'm just short $175. Oh, well, girl, I actually I heard that 211, or I heard that the Salvation Army, or I heard that but they don't even know for sure that the works. How do they know that it works? Just because it worked for this person don't mean that it's gonna work for this person. So on this first list, this one says rent and utilities, right? So I went down and I just called, and I'm just like, calling different ones. I'm like, hey, what assistance do you guys give to people who needs this and this and this and that? Oh, we don't have funds. Oh, but guess what? And if you saying, well, 211 used to work, it might have used to work, but guess what? Just like you ain't got funds, you ain't got funds, you ain't got funds, they ain't got funds either. They ain't got funds either. Let me see. I see we got some comments. He says, I'm mentally drained and I just want to be non-existent, but I'm going to figure it out. Nicole, I promise you, when I say I feel that, I feel that. And Ray said, yes, I suffer from bipolar disorder, and things have been very bad the past few months, from me being scared to ask for help, or people making fun of you and calling. Yep, that place. Yep. Exactly. Nobody wants to be in the middle of going through something, and then when they finally humbly ask someone that they feel could help, or someone that they feel may never bring it up if they can't help, and then they finally ask this person, and then finally it comes out, then they making fun of you and all of this shit. It makes it to where no one, because even if you didn't do it, even if that person did it to Susan, you think anybody will ever trust Trisha, that put somebody's business on blast when they ask for help? Nobody will ever ask Trisha for help because they don't know if she'll ever throw it up in their face. She don't know that. They ain't never gonna tell her that. But now they know that if they going through something just like Susan was, they ain't gonna say it. So a lot of us, we suffer in silence. And then we dial 211 and they're helpful. Sometimes they smiling, they cool, all right. They sending you all this information and you like, okay, good. I'm about to make these calls. 9 o'clock, boom. First, okay, make the phone and call at 9 o'clock. Oh, as soon as you get in, I'm so sorry, we reached our capacity. Damn, it's only 9:01. You know how many people have, and you know, like it's been ringing. You've been waiting. And then you're hoping that this 211 call has answered your prayers on this bill because your lights is about to go out, because your electricity is about to get cut off, because your gas is about to be cut off, because your phone is about to be cut off. You thinking that, okay, boom, this is your last resort. This is your help. Hey, you got all these resources, and it's about 50 of them. And out of the 50 of the resources that 211 gives you, maybe 2 of them works. And that's maybe. They give you pages of resources, and you get hopeful thinking that you're about to get the help that you need. And then just one will answer, and just one is saying, hey, I'm here to help. Hey, I can do what you need. Hey. And now your chances went from 50 chances of being helped to just 1. And that's maybe. And that's after they get back with you, after you've done the screening. So it's like, wait a minute. What now? Well, what now is, now you're still suffering in silence. And people would think that, oh, she's okay. She's on social media making posts. What does that got to do with the fact that I'm suffering still right now? Going through it still right now? Needing help still right now? Yeah, I'm on social media to trying to get my mind off of what I'm going through and what I'm thinking about, because I'd rather be on social media than to mind fuck myself, right? I'm just saying. It gets tough when you think that 211 is enough. So look at this one. Now, this is way more pages than the first one. You're going to all these places. You're doing the steps, or you taking the steps that you need. You taking the steps that you need not to be made fun of on social media, not to be humiliated by your peers, not to be the next meme on social media. So you take the steps that you need for your children. Because, I mean, if your family was going to help when you're telling them your problems, they would have helped, right? If your friends is going to help when you telling them your problems, I mean, let's just be real. People sometimes literally ask you what's wrong so they can make fun of you in the future. People literally will come around you when you're at your lowest so they can remember what it looks like when you're there, so they can blast you when they get a chance. It's a lot of things that social media now is really just a humiliation tool. You can't even go through it alone anymore. So, I mean, me personally, I let my couch potatoes know almost everything that's going on with me, mentally, physically, emotionally. Like, y'all see me at my lowest, and guess what? I'ma always keep it that way because I have nothing to hide. You know what I'm saying? I go through it just like y'all. You know what I'm saying? 211 didn't work for me either. The fuck? So, and you know, and it gets sad and it gets fucked up because we like, damn, like, what resources really fucking help? What resources have really fucking did what it's supposed to do? None. You know, they got it out there, and then it's like, okay, well, I'm going to the food pantry, but now I'm getting a food poisoning because the food wasn't I mean, seriously, it has happened. And it's like, okay, but I got to make sure that my kids eat. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm going to make sure that I go every time I get a chance. get on the schedule and do what I need to do. I can't tell nobody. I got to make sure that I look good in front of my people. I got to make sure that, and then you got to keep this persona on that no, baby. I ain't never got on here and said that I was rich. I ain't never got on here and was like, hey, I don't even sing about being rich. I don't even sing about money. I be singing about motherfuckers that owe me. Okay? That's it. And I mean, yeah, I got more subjects, but still, owe me. I'm not saying I'm balling and then no. I said the bitch only owed me 100. I hunted her down. That's what I said. So I don't know really, like, how can I help my couch potatoes when the help that they giving me to pass on or to get somebody, the only thing I was able to really do, like, I mean, yeah, I can do stuff my own physical self, but if I was rich, I would make sure that I am the resource for my couch potatoes. Like, if they have a bill, and this is especially, I want to say this, because there's a lot of people that go to church. And I'll say this, these churches that you attend aren't, when you put in an offering, aren't they supposed to be able to, which in some of these churches are on this list, but we don't go to these churches. Some of us ain't Catholic, some of us ain't Baptist, and then you get these resources that's from these churches. And then you looking at it like, damn, well, how come the church that I go to can't help me? How come I can't tell my church the situation that I'm going through? I've been, part of this church for such and such years. Or how come I see this Catholic church helping, but I'm not seeing the church that I actually go to that helps? That's the church that I'm actually putting into. How come I can't get back out? How come I can't get the help that I need from my own church home? I gotta go somewhere else and ask 211 to give me a list that doesn't even have real resources. Yeah. There are some people that do want to help. You are exactly right, Ray. And I'm gonna be real. And I'm not saying this for any sympathy or anything, but I be helping even whenever I'm without. And I don't be like, man, I can't even tell you how many people we let live with us for free. We didn't say, hey, you got to help pay this bill. Hey, you got to pay. No, keep all your money so whenever it's time to go, you got everything that you need to get where you need to go. We just know how it feels to not have at least somewhere to sleep until you get on your feet. Somewhere to be that's not taken out of your pocket so you can actually get the money that you need to get the fuck on. We know how it feels. So, I mean, I ain't trying to hear that shit. And shout out to the people that literally do what you can to help people without even, you ain't blasting it on social media. It's not for social media. Some things just ain't for social media. When I help people, I don't put it on social media because that's not what I help people for. This is my calling. You know what I'm saying? And again, shout out to the people that's living in their purpose too. How can we depend on these resources when 1 out of every 65 works? And then whenever you wake up early in the morning to start calling, you don't even get through. Then whenever you try to do it online, you can't even get through because you don't meet the requirements because, you might be 31 years old struggling and you still need the help, but their requirements is you have to be 65 years old or older. Or you have to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, different requirements. It's like, it'll take you out of the equation. And it's like, okay, but I still needed help. So what do? We need to make a community, like, resource. Because, and shout out to the community that has been getting together their own, like, canned goods and all of that, because it takes the community to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that there's community money, but eventually it's going to be one of us one day that's going to care about the community that much to where we're going to be able to be that resource that this was never. You know what I mean? Because it's, y'all got all these names and making it look all good, and you got it sectioned out, making it look like we about to get some real results, only to not get results at all, only to be waking up and no electricity, only to be having to beg these people to turn back on your gas because you need some hot water. So many of us are struggling in silence, going through it in silence, because social media made it easy to humiliate people. And you guys literally can't even, someone can't go through something and you don't use it as a humiliation thing. You will find a way. And it's like, you act like you wasn't just like that, or you didn't have this day, or you, come on, like, what we doing? Everyone has struggled before. Some of us are struggling more than others. But we putting this brave face on. We're putting this smile on our face, and we doing what we have to do to make sure that our kids are taken care of. Because at the end of the day, those kids, they still got to eat. They still have to have lights on. They still have to have hot water. And as a parent, when you went through it yourself, you never want your children to go through it like you did. So you do everything that you can. That's why there's more, well, I can't say it. You said, I'm down. I pray to God that God uses me. Yes, to help and love to others more than I do now. Ray, sending so much love and positive vibes. Sending love and positive vibes to everybody that's tuned in. You guys, I like I said, it's hard for let me, listen, take this moment. I know this is corny. And we probably did this when we was kids. But do y'all remember hugging yourself? Like, hug yourself. Like, I know I'm a cornball, but hug yourself right now. Like, because, because you deserve a hug. We all do. And sometimes when we are literally at our wits' end and we done crying, a hug, sometimes a hug can just make you feel like, you said I will do all that I can, anything for my children. I will never allow us to be homeless again. Right, like, and especially for the ones that have kids, not saying that it's not hard for the ones that don't have kids, but, the ones that have kids and they have somebody besides their peers looking and watching them 24/7, 32/6, your kids is going to see, when you're down, when you're up, when you're this, when you're that, so, you don't want to be that person who can't make it happen in your kids' eyes, or you don't want to disappoint your children or make them think that their mom and dad can't get them, or make sure that they even eat, or make sure that they don't have. You want to be that savior in your child's eyes, and then when the lights go off, you don't want to see your child looking at you in a disappointed, like, just, you don't want your child to be disappointed in you. Of course, your peers, they're going to do and say what they want. But your children, that you want to do everything that you can to make sure that they're good and happy, you don't want to disappoint them, especially knowing how you grew up and what you went through. Some of these resources are good. I'm not saying that all 60 of them aren't, because like I said, out of all 60 or 75 of the resources that, and I got pages of resources. Out of all of these resources, maybe 2 or 3 of them work. 2 or 3 of them are correct. 2 or 3 of them could help you. But can it help you, Grand Rising Denise? But can it help you in the way that you need? Your bill might have got all the way up to $2,000, and they might only help with $100 or $75. There's some that only have a limit of $50, and it's like, Thank you for the help. But what is $50 gonna do for this bill that I have to pay right now? Otherwise, I'm cut off. And this is out of all 75 of them, the one that said, yes, I can help. And then you get through and then you're like, yes. Then you go through, you give them all the information and they're like, okay, great. Now we'll send you a check for $50. And you're like, huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think you heard the number of the bill that I just told you. It was $2,573. Yeah, $50. And now you back at square one. You're like, you know what? Thank you. I literally appreciate the $50 less than the 2,000 something that I have to pay. But now I got to find the rest of the money. So then you have to wait until the next morning to try to start calling back again. And once you start calling and you finally get a hold of somebody else, they tell you that they have a cap too. So where is the real help in these resources? And again, shout out to the ones that are able to. But telling someone that they can call 211 or, hey, get a hold of 211, they can help. Telling someone that is actually a lie. It's only half true. And for some, they may never get through. They may never get the help that they need from the 211 information that they got. It might not do anything for them like it did for you. You might have caught the 211 information at a good time. And there are, in this whole stack, there's good times to call and not. Even light heat or whatever it's called. It's a certain time that you can call. What if you can't get off work? Or what if you can't take a break to make a phone call? Or what if you can't? You still trying to work to make the money. And then what if you can't be on the phone to get the call to kind of help alleviate some of the bills or some of the stress? Now you fucked. Now what is 211 doing? Veronica, thank you so much for your comment. He said some may not like what I'm gonna say, but that's actually how I start. Oh wow. Yeah. That's sell it. Yeah. He said, I'm not ashamed. No, I mean, and that's real. Because I know some people right now to this day, they are proud. And they'll tell you, hey, I gotta get it. I gotta do what I gotta do. Because how am I gonna pay this bill? Some people right now are sitting in prison because they couldn't figure out how to get that bill paid for their doctor, their kid's doctor. They couldn't figure out how they was going to be able to pay whatever they had to pay. So they went to rob a bank. They went to go rob this person that they seen coming out of a store with a bag full of money, and it just got enticing because they was like, oh my God, I got this bill right now. And they made it dire. They made it like I gotta pay it today, and I don't have the money. I don't got nobody to call. I don't got people gonna make fun of me. Boom. Now you robbing this person. Now you've caught a case. Now what? If y'all just now tuning in, it's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday from 8 Central Time, and every Wednesday and Friday from 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Make sure you follow Couch Chronicles No Limits on Spotify, Apple, Pandora, THA Couch on Facebook, TikTok, Big O, Threads, Lemonade, Instagram, everything. I'm wrapping it up, but let's try to do our part as well. You know, let's not just say cough 211. Because you gonna make somebody feel worse than they already feel calling this motherfucker and they can't even get the help that they need. It's just not as helpful as it's being put out to be. So, I love you guys and thank you for being patient. Thank you for tuning in. And I will see y'all tomorrow at 8 Central Time. Maybe 6. You never know. I love y'all.